What if I told you that every week in Grand Theft Auto Online, you could earn $500,000 to $650,000 for about 10 minutes of effort, and you don't need to do any sourcing or really much of anything apart from driving? Well, that is the case for today's video, all about time trials. Rockstar, in the latest update of the game, has added a new time trial, which is junk energy time trials. These will pay you $50,000 every week upon completion, and they're pretty dang easy to do. When you pair that to the already existing basic time trials, and then the RC Bandito time trials, and if you're playing on next generation console, you also get the HSW time trial. That means that you can earn upwards of $400,000 every week, and it's literally just 10 minutes. The most tricky time trial, at least in my opinion, is just the basic ones with cars. Why? Well, it's depending on what vehicle you actually use for the time trial, because everyone's different. There are certain ones where you have to go down Mount Chiliad, which is incredibly painful, and then you've got other time trials where you gotta go on the street and use an incredibly fast vehicle. My suggestion, use a motorcycle. It doesn't matter if it's the Body 801, or what I'm currently using, which is the Western Power Surge. If you use a fairly fast motorcycle, completing time trials is pretty dang easy. Personally, I would recommend something like the Power Surge because it's electric and has an incredibly high top speed. Not only allows you to easily corner, but you can accelerate through these corners incredibly fast. So as we can see, we got 1.7 miles left to go, and we are just easily bobbing in and out of these corners, no problem whatsoever. I'm pretty sure even a lot of the open wheel cars would struggle with this. We did kind of miss that turn there, but the great thing is, again, we're using a motorcycle, so we can just actually turn that into a bit of a shortcut, go off-road, and that's the same thing we can do right here. Instead of going all the way around the road, we can just climb right on top of it like this and save a bit of time. So we got 1 mile left, and we've got about 1 minute left, so we are way ahead of the curfew here. We're just gonna keep on going with 0.7 miles, gonna hold that throttle full speed ahead, although obviously do want to slow down a little bit around that corner. Might die if I don't. Alright, keep on going. Oh yeah. I mean, motorcycles are just so good when it comes to time trials. You can see, again, their handling is absolutely insane. I would not trust a normal car to go this fast through Vinewood Hills without crashing into the first corner. But just like that, we completed this time trial with literally 23 seconds to spare. And it's a fantastic example to showcase just how easy time trials can be. So we made $102,000 with about 2 minutes of effort put in. I mean, that is incredibly easy. And then we arrive to the easiest of the bunch, the junk energy time trials. Why is this one so easy? Well, first of all, it doesn't matter if you're a new or experienced player, you get given a free electric bike to do with these time trials, which is really nice, and it makes them incredibly easy. Add that into the fact that these time trials themselves don't really require much effort. All you need to do is follow the checkpoints and use your speed boost when you get it back. I mean, you can see I'm not going very fast. It's not like there's much room for error here, and the power time's only 1:35 seconds. So this is just super fast, super easy, and literally requires zero effort whatsoever. So we're going to keep on going down this mountain. We got to roll around this corner in front of us, turn it a little bit. Come on, full speed ahead, 40 seconds down. We're going to take that corner a little tight. Oh yeah, I don't actually know where the ending is, but I can't imagine it's too far away. We got another corner here. Not too bad. Oh, bit of a sharp one. It's getting a little bit tricky. Ah, psych. All right, let's use that speed boost once again. We're at 1 minute on the clock now, so we got 35 seconds left to beat this time trial. Oh, we're picking up some speed while we go downhill. Oh yeah, look at that speed. All right, minute and 10 seconds. We still got some more checkpoints to go, but it looks like we're nearing the end of the course. Come on, minute and 20 seconds. We're still going. Speed is key. Oh, come on, give me that speed boost again. All right, we got 10 seconds at this point. Here we go, and just like that, we have arrived at the final one. So, I mean, sure, it is a little bit close to being a bit tricky, but we got $51,000, and that literally required zero effort after that. So, again, very easy to actually complete. To complete the final time trial, you are going to need to purchase an RC Bandito. This is going to set you back $1.6 million, which is a lot of money. So if you don't actually plan on doing time trials every week, then I would recommend to not buy the RC Bandito. On my Broke to Billions account, this is my first time ever purchasing or owning an RC Bandito. And in just my second attempt with an unupgraded Bandito, I have been able to complete the part-time and get the $50,000 payout. It's just that easy. Now, I should let you keep in mind that making the money back that you spend on this vehicle will take a while, about 32 weeks in total, because it's $50,000 every time you get a proper completion, and yeah, 51 times about 32 times will give you the $1.6 million you need. So it is going to take quite a bit of time trials, 32 in total to make the money back, which is why I can't fully say that the RC Bandito is 100% worth the money. But if you already own the vehicle, it's a no-brainer that you should be doing this. I mean, it takes almost zero effort whatsoever. You just roll around and you do the time trial, and that's about it. As we can see here, I'm at 50-60 seconds on the clock, rolling around these corners, and I'm not even doing them great, to be honest. I'm kind of messing some of these up. I'm using the brakes a lot. I'm missing some of the corners because I haven't used this vehicle too much. But even with that, we're still going to complete this. You can see we're at 1:10-15 seconds now. Here we go, rolling around the corner. It's getting pretty close, though. Less than 10 seconds now. We're at 1:20 and done. So 1:22. So we still had 5 seconds to go, which meant there's a lot of room for error. If you play on next generation consoles, you also have access to HSW time trials, which will give you a whopping $250,000 as a payout. Now, unfortunately for me, I play on PC. It's really disappointing Rockstar is basically gatekeeping PC players from getting HSW content. I don't know if it's a deal they have with Sony and Microsoft. I have no clue. But it is really, really disappointing. But the good news is there are still 3 other incredibly easy ways to make some quick cash. And the first is delivering excess weapons parts and exotic export goods to their respective locations. We can see that I have to drive 3 miles, and I'm going to make about $50,000. As we can see, I've delivered my goods, and that's it. We're done. It took me about 2.5 minutes in total, and I've got $50,000 added into my paycheck. The best thing about excess weapons parts is you don't even need to, like, worry about completing a part-time, because you just drive from point A to point B. Then you can head over to your office building, and if you walk over to the front desk, you will once again have another opportunity to make some extra cash by pressing Export Mixed Goods. After doing this, you can see a timer has started for 15 minutes, and all I need to do is exit the office. Now, you can actually still use any personal vehicle you want, or, you know, take a helicopter out. Then once you've made it over to the location that the game has pinged for you on the map, all you're going to do is take the truck. As we can see, I've got a truck right in front of me, and wow, I'm very surprised we did not die. But yeah, all we're going to do is steal this truck over here, and we're going to go bring it to the docks and get our payment. As we can see, this was pretty fast. It only took me about maybe 1:50 seconds once I picked up the truck. You do have to lose the cops, but that's pretty easy. You can either call Lester or you can just kill yourself and then go back into the truck. As you can see, we have $50,000 once again added to our bank account. So you've gotten 100 grand just from doing these 2 exports, which took me about 5 minutes combined. And then we had my other methods, which was obviously doing the time trial and all these other things. That's given me about $400,000. But it gets even better. If we go to the online category and go to swap character, you can then use a secondary character. If you haven't made one already, I would highly suggest to do so because it gives you a lot of benefits. The way secondary characters work is that any money you have in your bank account is shared with your main character. Now you can imagine how this allows you to make an insane amount of money because it's a completely different account. You can own 5 large warehouses with your secondary character and then an additional 5 large warehouses with your main character. That means you actually have 10 large warehouses, and if you sell all of them with your secondary character and just store the money in your bank account, it will then go to your main character's account. It is an insane way of making millions of dollars. Swapping to a secondary account will let you once again do another excess weapons delivery, which means you can make an additional 50 grand from this, plus you can do another exotic exports from your CEO warehouse, which means you can make an additional $100,000 for literally nothing. Pair this with the fact that you can also call Franklin to do 2 payphone hits, one on your main account, one on your secondary. You can start to understand how you can make literally upwards of $800,000 in about 20-ish minutes of work. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And let me know if you agree or disagree with the methods that I'm showing here today to make a lot of money. It's really easy, takes very little time, and I think it's a great way. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.